Hello world, welcome to episode 154 of the Jimmy Canz Show. It's a classic supercard retrospective. It is Clash of the Champions 18. Let's talk about it. Alright, Clash 18 was a WCW event held January 21st, 1992 from the Kansas Expo Center in Topeka, Kansas. It was broadcast live on TBS. Attendance around 5,500, that's about 50% capacity. Action was called by Jim Ross and Tony Schiavone. 9 matches on the broadcast. And of those 9 matches, not a single one of them is a title match. Clash of the Champions. Let's get into it. Alright. Tag action to start the show. Rick and Scott, the Steiners, taking on Mr. Hughes and Big Van Vader with Harley Race in their corner. This one goes about 9 minutes. The more established and decorated team here of the Steiners ends up getting the win. But, you know, it was just big boys slapping meat type of thing. Nice way to start the show. And honestly, you know, this one match goes about as long as 3 matches combined. So let's keep going here. Next up, second tag match of the night, 2 in a row. Have I ever mentioned how I never liked WCW booking in the late 80s and early 90s? You know, this is nothing but 2 makeshift teams, and it's just time filler, honestly. It makes no sense why this matchup is on the show. Got the team of Marcus Bagwell and Flying Brian Pillman taking on Tracy Smothers and Terrence Taylor. Okay. Anyway, long story short, the babyfaces get the win. Like I said, this is really a do-nothing match. Next up, the now babyface Johnny B. Bad takes on Richard Morton. You know, 3 minutes, 20 seconds in, Bad gets the win. So we're 3 matches in and we got 3 babyface wins. Yeah, great booking, WCW. Let's see what happen next in match 4. Got the Rap Master PN News taking on Diamond Dallas Page. And we get a match that lasts about 5 seconds longer than the last one. And we get another babyface win as PN News gets the victory over Page. So, 4 matches in, 4 babyface victories in a row, 2 matches that barely last over 3 minutes. Great booking, WCW. Next up on the card was the Heavy Metal Van Hammer taking on Cactus Jack, Falls Count Anywhere. This ended up in the rodeo area in the back. Joel the Butcher ends up getting involved. Cactus ends up getting the win over Van Hammer in the match, and then you know, Cactus and Abby continue to just, you know, their feud, and they start brawling as it cuts away. So yeah, I don't know what the point of this was. Like I said, having Van Hammer in a Falls Count Anywhere match with Cactus Jack just to further the Abdullah Jack feud made, you know, little to no sense. Next on the card was another tag match. This is another thrown together team of Big Josh and Brad Armstrong. They're taking on the Fabulous Freebirds, Michael PSA, Jimmy Jam Garvin. They're debuting a new song. Yeah, Bad Street is so much better. Anyway, the Birds end up getting the win in about 3 minutes, give or take. You know, I don't know. Like I said, that we had 3 matches that lasted barely 3 minutes. Yeah. Vinny Vegas versus Thomas Rich is next, and this makes like absolutely no sense as it's heel versus heel, and it doesn't even last a minute. It's like a 56-second match, and the Vin Man gets the win. Then, you know, he's debuting, so they're trying to get him over, I guess, but like, why debut a heel against another heel? Makes 0 sense. 6-man action next is the team of the All-American Ron Simmons, the Natural Dustin Rhodes, and Barry Windham take on the Enforcer AA Arn Anderson, Cruncher Larry Zbyszko, and Beautiful Bobby Eaton of the Dangerous Alliance. Babyfaces get the win in this one when Wyndham catches Eaton with his heavily taped right hand as Eaton's coming off the top. And then our main event was another tag match. The Stinger teaming with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, taking on World Television Champion and U.S. Champion from the Dangerous Alliance, Steve Austin, Ravishing Rick Rude. Sting and Steamboat get the win here when Sting jumps off the top, kind of cross bodies Steamboat onto Austin, and they both lay on top of him for the pin. So really bizarre finish there, not a legal pin, and it still counts, and the babyface is kind of doing heel tactics with two men covering one. It just, yeah, I don't get it. Yeah, so that was the Clash. Thank God this one's done. 3 of these matches on the card, all together don't even give you 10 minutes. Another match added in there is less than a minute. Too many tag matches, as I said from the start, not one single title match on the card. It's called Clash of Champions. We have no title defenses. Big baby faces at the end getting the win, with kind of underhanded tactics, especially when the heels didn't really do anything to warrant the underhandedness. Yeah, it's just weird. So, and that's surprising because, you look at the participants in this was a pretty stacked. There were 19 WWE Hall of Famers involved in this show. Race, Steamboat, Austin, Abdullah, Arn, Barry, Simmons, Foley, Zbyszko, Nash, Sting, Garvin, Hayes, Rude, Morton, Page, both Steiners, Van Vader. You tack on Bischoff and Ross there, and the debuting Jesse Ventura. It's 22 Hall of Famers. I think there was even a video package on this show with Jushin Liger. There's another Hall of Famer. So why the show was as bad as it was with this kind of talent just shows you how bad the booking was at this point in history of WCW. So it's a really bad show. On my 10 belt scale, like I said, this is bad. This is going to be one of my lower scores. The overall wrestling was decent, but the stories were just not there. Convoluted, just weird, and yeah, I'm giving this a 3. I think, yeah, this is 3 out of 10. This is a bad show. So, let's hope WCW can bounce back. Our next retrospective will be another WCW show. It will actually be Super Bowl 2. So circle back and we'll talk about that one. Give us a like, share, subscribe wherever you are. Hope you're doing well. Take care of one another, and I will see you all when I see you.